from Tobago, son and daughter of his soil, God Jordan and Lenora Jordan. We come to give God praise, to lift up his holy name. Because he said in his word, if he be lifted up, he will draw souls unto him. So here we are to lift up his holy name, that souls be saved. Hallelujah! 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 Hallelujah to the King. Hallelujah! 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 Hallelujah to the King. Let the Lord be praised. I praise his holy name. Keep my feet, Lord. Keep my feet, Lord. I will praise you all of my days. Hallelujah. 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 Hallelujah to the King. Hallelujah. 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 Hallelujah to the King. I come to you, dear Lord. I need your help today. I don't want to look back. I don't want to look back. I don't want to fall away. Hallelujah. 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 Hallelujah to the King. Hallelujah. 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 Hallelujah to the King. All my pain and my hurts, I come to you, my dear. Only you alone, only you alone can wipe away our tears. Hallelujah. 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 Hallelujah to the King. Hallelujah. 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 Hallelujah to the King. I will hold my brother's hand. Take them along with me. We all must walk in love and victory. Hallelujah. 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 Hallelujah to the King. Hallelujah. 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 Hallelujah to the King. Hallelujah. 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 Hallelujah to the King. Hallelujah. 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 All right, coming out from Tobago, son and daughter of his soil, God Jordan and Lenora. So it's a pleasure being here once again, and we continue from where we stopped off last week. So the topic today will be the seventh-day Sabbath is only one of the feasts of Jehovah called Holy Convocations. So all scriptures will be taken from the King James Version. And I'm starting. Now, the seventh-day Sabbath is only one of the feasts of Jehovah called Holy Convocations, given to the children of Israel as religious
festivals, which foreshadowed various aspects of God's plan of redemption for the nation of Israel specifically, and also for planet Earth and its inhabitants generally. In addition, some of those feasts of Jehovah also foreshadowed the peaceful lifestyle of those individuals who would populate the earth during the millennial reign of Christ on earth. Those festivals, some of which had more than one Sabbath, have their fulfillment in and were to be administered by Jesus Christ Himself, the Lord of the Sabbath, in this dispensation of grace and in the soon to commence millennial reign of Christ on planet Earth. So these holy convocations or feasts, as God calls them in Leviticus 23 verse 2 and verse 44. So let's read Leviticus 23 verse 2 and 44. Speak unto the children of Israel and say unto them, concerning the feast of the Lord, which ye shall proclaim to be holy convocations, even these are my feasts. Verse 44. And Moses declared unto the children of Israel the feast of the Lord. And as he also describes them in detail in Leviticus chapter 23 and 25. So upon your own time, you can read Leviticus chapter 23 and 25. So those are all Jewish feasts or festivals. Now, since they are all festivals, they all likewise must be ceremonial. Now, brethren, since the seventh-day Sabbath is specifically mentioned in this list of Jewish feasts or festivals recorded in Leviticus chapter 23 from verse 1 to 44, the seventh-day Sabbath must of necessity be ceremonial. If the other feasts are indeed ceremonial. Now, this is an amazing fact. And since the seventh-day Sabbath is part of a ceremonial shadow, the seventh-day Sabbath was rightfully included in the list of ceremonial ordinances that together constitute a shadow of things to come. So for confirmation, let's read Colossians chapter 2 from verse 16 to 17. Let no man therefore judge you in meat or in drink or in respect of an holy day or of the new moon or of the Sabbath days, which are a shadow of things to come. But the body is of Christ. Now, since the seventh-day Sabbath was one of the ceremonial feasts or festivals, which had its fulfillment in or was carried to be administered by Jesus Christ in his millennial reign on this earth, the omission of the seventh-day Sabbath, along with the other Sabbaths, as ordinances for the New Testament church in this dispensation of grace, needs no further explanation, except the re-emphasizing of the fact that the New Testament believer in Christ can now enjoy or experience the reality of that rest of Jehovah, of which those God-ordained Jewish festivals recorded in Leviticus chapters 23 and 25 were but signs even ceremonial signs and shadows. So for confirmation, let's read Hebrews chapter 4, verse 3. For we which have believed do enter into rest, as he said, as I have sworn in my wrath, if they shall enter into my rest, although the works were finished from the foundation of the world. Now, this establishes the fact that the believer in Christ can experience today the true rest of God, which Christ now offers, while the children of Israel, having rejected Christ, would only experience that true rest when they accept him in the 7th millennium. So for confirmation, let's read Hebrews chapter 4, verse 9. There remaineth therefore a rest to the people of God. So that verse is referring to Israel. Now, as I close, let's read Matthew chapter 11, verse 28 to 29. Come unto me, all ye that labor and are heavy laden, and I will give you rest. So, come unto me is an open invitation for us to be linked to Jesus and learning his ways. Now, verse 29, take my yoke upon you and learn of me, for I am meek and lowly in heart, and ye shall find rest unto your souls. So I read Hebrews chapter 4 verse 3 already. That's one of the scriptures. So it's Matthew chapter 11 verse 28 to 29, Hebrews chapter 4 verse 3, and Exodus chapter 33 from verse 13 to 14. Those are New and Old Testament references that support the fact that Jesus Christ is the sole administrator of the true rest of God, while the 7-day Sabbath, as well as the other Sabbaths, are but a collective sign or a shadow of the true rest of Jehovah. So, in confirmation of this fact, read Exodus chapter 31, verse 13, Exodus chapter 31 from verse 16 to 17, Ezekiel chapter 20, verse 12 and 20. Then you turn to Leviticus chapters 23 and 25, or Colossians chapter 2, verse 16 to 17, and you will be convinced that it is exactly so. So that's the end of my segment today, and I will be live next week again. So once again, please be safe. Enjoy your week, and remember that Jesus Christ will be returning soon. So please prepare yourselves for his return.